Assalamu alaikum and hello everybody. I hope you're all doing really well. So welcome to today's video. We're going to be making breakfast. So I'm just about to make breakfast and I thought go on, bring you guys along while I make it. So I actually wanted to go out and eat. I thought let's go to like Chaiwala, which is like an Asian, South Asian breakfast place, or like a Desi breakfast place, and get a nice breakfast from there. But then I thought it's just a hassle going out and the money. It costs a lot. Like for two people, Akil usually gets like a full English and I'll get like the Desi breakfast, which is omelette, some beans or chickpeas on the side, Desi Chai, Parantha. That's about like £8 each, isn't it? So it normally come to about £16 for two of us. I thought no, I've got the ingredients at home. I am a capable adult. And inshallah, we'll make some desi breakfast at home and enjoy it, because it's the kind of weather that you need to have a nice warm tea and a nice hot breakfast. Inshallah, I'm going to bring you along and show you how you can make this breakfast at home, which is just really easy actually. And not waste money out there, guys, because times are tough, right, loves? So I've got most of the ingredients in front of me. It's going to be really easy and I hope it doesn't take too long. Currently it's 9:20, so I'll let you know when I'm done and you'll see how long it takes. But about 30 minutes, if you're not filming, it should take you about 30 minutes to make a breakfast for two people. This is actually for four of us, so me, Nikhil and my older boys who are currently in the house. So I've got one tomato here. This is for the omelette. I've got one onion, half of it's for the omelette and half will be for these beans. So I'm going to make like Asian style beans or chili beans, which is basically just an onion, this tin of beans and a couple of spices, and you just heat it up in the pan. And it just makes it that little bit more special. Or if you don't like beans, you can have chickpeas, so get a tin of chickpeas, do the same thing. Slice up an onion, add the chickpeas, add some spices and salt and stuff, and you've got your little side, haven't you? And then these parathas from the freezer section from most supermarkets or the South Asian supermarket. These ones I got from Asda. There's 20 in a pack, got 10 left in there, and it was about £3 something. And I'm pretty sure these Desi breakfast places use frozen parathas because it tastes exactly like these ones. So if they're using them, then why am I not using them? So the first thing I'm going to do is cut up this tomato and this onion. Dice this tomato, dice half this onion. Actually, I'll peel this first. And you know what? I was watching a program. No, it wasn't a program. It was a documentary, but it was on YouTube. But it was still a documentary. You get like full-on productions on YouTube. Look at this. This is on YouTube and it's a full-on production here. Got my whole production team, invisible one behind the camera. There's no one here apart from me behind the camera. It's just me and you guys. How cozy and scary at the same time. Yeah, so I was watching a documentary type thing on YouTube and it was about why were British people so slim in the 70s, and they showed clips of people that were quite trim and slim, and it was just going through reasons why they were, and it was really interesting actually. I like documentaries like that. If I can find the link, I'll just go through my YouTube history, and if I remember, I'll put a link in the description. You might enjoy watching it. One of the reasons they were saying is because eating out was not so common. Like it'd be like a really special occasion because of saving money and because the Brits were used to rationing because of the war. So they were still in that kind of mentality. So most of the meals were home cooked, and people wouldn't waste so much food and throw so much food out. Plus eating out was not so common. And look at where we're at now. Every meal eating out or getting an order from Just Eat. I'm as guilty as anyone, guys. I know I do a lot of cooking, but we also do get food from outside when we could easily just make it at home. For example, this breakfast here. So yeah, that was one of the reasons that people were a lot slimmer back in the day, eating out less, and I'm sure they were saving a lot more money, or they had to budget a lot more. So yeah, that was really interesting. And you know, sometimes you think it'd be nice to go back to them days, but it's also nice to have the convenience, isn't it? I feel like we're just all so busy sometimes for no reason. That's one thought that always comes to my head. Why are we so busy and why are we always so rushed? But anyway, let's get back to this breakfast. So let me throw this onion skin away and I'll be right back to you. The sun is shining through. I hope it's not affecting your viewing too much. So half an onion, like I said, for the egg. I'm just dicing it. I would get the dicer out, but I feel like that's showing you guys that I'm a bit too lazy, isn't it? If I get the dicer out to dice half an onion and a tomato. I was considering putting a mushroom in. Sometimes you don't feel like mushroom in your egg. And I don't have any coriander, otherwise I would have put some coriander in as well. So there's my onion, and I'm gonna dice my tomato now as well. I did sharpen my knife, but it's not very sharp, I don't know. Okay, that'll do. Better than nothing. So I'm gonna add 8 eggs to this bowl. So 2 per person is alright. If you've got a very hungry person in the house, then make it 3 eggs. Go on. Do you remember in COVID times we couldn't get any eggs? It was mad. Like even a year after, like the shelves would be empty. Toilet roll and eggs. So we've got 8 eggs in there. I'm gonna get some salt and pepper. Red chili flakes, I think. So a bit of heat, why not? So I'm just gonna add some sea salt and some coarse black pepper, and then a little bit of, should I use this tiny wooden spoon? I never use this, I just use the other measuring spoon, but go on, I'll use it because it's so cute. So about half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. Get your fork, whisk it together, and then you're gonna add in the tomato and onion. You could also add some cheese in. Like I said, coriander I would have added if you had any. What else? So many exciting things one could add. Peppers maybe. So that's ready, and inshallah I'll make 4 omelettes with that. So the next thing I'm going to do, the half onion for the beans, I'm just slicing it. Thinly slice, but I'm a bit brutal. So now you know why I use all those machines, because I'm just clumsy and not quite delicate. So I need the machines to make me dice and chop and slice neatly. So I've come over to the cooker now. So first of all, what I'm going to do, fry the parathas or heat them on this pan. Then I'll make the eggs at the same time as I cook the beans. I'm also making tea, like a more desi tea, but not officially. It's just a little bit desi, because my pan's not really non-stick anymore. I add a bit of oil and then just stick a paratha on and cook on both sides. All right. Very, very easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I've got my pan ready for the beans. I'm just going to make tea for myself actually, because Akil has no milk in his tea and he just likes plain tea. The boys don't really have tea. And in terms of the parathas, Akil doesn't really like parathas, he just has bread. I'll get 2 each for the boys. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I'll have 1. My old belly can't handle too much oily parathas, you know. 1 down, 4 to go. So you kind of have to make everything at the same time because you want it to stay warm, and then you feel like a proper chef. You're like running around and trying to make sure everything's ready at the same time. Otherwise you have to keep heating it up in the microwave, and that's not fun. So what I'll do, because I've got a bit of time while these parathas are cooking, I guess I'll make a start on the beans. Spicy beans or whatever. So do I even need oil? No, I don't think so. So I'll put like a literal drop of oil in. Yeah, for the onions. So I guess I do need a bit. And I'm just putting the sliced onions in. Flip that over a bit too soon, you know, but it's fine. So I'm just gonna brown these onions or soften them slightly. You could just have the beans like that, but then it's not special, is it? And this is just me while I wait for things to cook. Just stood here, stretching my back, because why not? The onions are brown now, so I'm going to add in the tin of beans. This should be enough for 4 of us, you know. I could have easily put 2 tins of beans in, I guess. This one should be fine. And all you need to do is stir the beans and the onions, and then add in any extra spices you want to add. You know, the beans already has some salt and sugar, so I'll just put a little bit more in, which makes sense, I know. Take this off before it burns. So I've just got one more to fry of the parathas, and then I can make the omelette, and the egg. Go. So we're going to add a little bit of red chili powder, so like a 1/4 teaspoon. This is only early in the morning. No one needs fiery breath at this time. And a teaspoon of garam masala. Stick that in there as well. Stir it in. And it's basically just thicker beans with some added flavour. There we go. I'm left-handed, but I'll stir it with my right hand just for you so you can see better. Now if that's not kindness, I don't know what is. So okay, see it's darker in colour. It just looks more special, doesn't it? You're impressed, aren't you guys? So the beans are bubbling away. I'm going to turn that off and just leave it on the hob. It'll just keep it a little bit warm. This last paratha is done. So pop you there, love. And now it's time to make the omelette. So inshallah, with the mixture I made, I should be able to make 4 omelettes. So got a ladle here and just pop it on the pan like that. So like I said, I'm going to make the desi type tea just for myself. I'm measuring how much I need using my mug. So with this kind of tea, it's good to have more milk. I'm just going to add some water to that. So I filled it halfway with milk. At the same time, I have to flip over this omelette because it's going to burn otherwise. So I've got it on like a medium. It's a bit overcooked on that side, but it's fine. It's still nice. That's nearly ready and I need to put the next one. But let's carry on with this tea. So what have I got in here? I've got a bit of a cinnamon stick, a bay leaf, and I'm sure I had more than 1 cardamom pod. Why is there only 1 in there? There's 2 in there. So that'll do for me. And then a teaspoon of sugar. So a teaspoon of sugar, and then just bring it to the boil. The one key ingredient I seem to be missing and I've completely forgotten is a tea bag. Won't get far without that, so best chuck you in there, love. I was like, I'm missing something. It's a tea bag, love. You're missing a tea bag. Okay, this egg is very cooked now. We are going to stick you egg onto a plate, so let's do that without burning myself. Okay, that's done. Time for number 2 on the okay, so let's turn it down. Just want it to simmer for now, not bubble and boil, toil and trouble. So next omelette looks like it's almost ready. Let me tell you what time it is. So it's 9:58. So that's not bad, is it? It's been just over 30 minutes and I'm almost done. So if you leave the tea simmering, all the flavours from the spices will really go into the tea. Like you got the bay leaf, cinnamon, delightful, cardamom. So yeah, the longer you kind of just leave it there, the better. But if you've not got the time, then make sure you turn it off. But because I'm still frying the egg, I'll just leave it there. This is the 3rd egg, by the way. That's the last one. So I think everything's ready now and I'm excited. Are you excited? Actually, I need to put Akil's toast in. So I'm just making Akil his normal tea. He doesn't have any milk. And let's plate up, shall we? So got an omelette in each plate. Like I said, my older boys, they can have 2 parathas each, you know. Growing lads, as they say. Ooh, you're a growing lad, are you? There we go. Myself, I have 1 paratha with my omelette, which is more than enough still, and the greasiness, and like I said, I'm too old for like too much greasy stuff, you know. Whoopsie. So this is Akil's plate. Let's pop your omelette there. Next I've got the beans, the spicy chili beans. These are the most exciting part sometimes. You know what makes me laugh when I see like videos about Americans reacting to or like being shocked that Brits love beans. even us Asian Brits, we love our beans. Beans and toast. And we just make our own version. Look, we'll add spices to them and onions. But we love our beans. Cheesy beans on toast. Best thing ever. Yeah, that's enough. I could have done with more beans, like another tin, but it's fine. It would have gone to waste then. Sometimes you think, oh, I'll make loads of something and then it just goes to waste, and it's just annoying actually at that point. Here's toast is ready. I've got my chai here. You know what? I don't like all the bits and stuff, so I'll get a sieve. I need one of those tiny tea sieves, but I don't make Desi Chai very often. So just carefully pour that in there. Oh my god, most of it's going outside of my mug. So there we go. Let me give it a sniff actually. Very authentic, very nice. Okay, just wipe that up there. You didn't see that, did you, loves? You didn't see it? Don't see it. Give a Kale's tea a bit of a stir because there's lots of sugar at the bottom there. And we don't want it to just sit at the bottom. And there is our desi breakfast all ready. Enough for 4 people. And I can't wait to tuck in. Look at that. Look at that beauty there, mashallah. Let me hold my mug up as well. Thumbnail. Here's a close-up look, in case you're wondering what the beans look like close-up, because I'm sure you were. And there's my chai steaming up. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this, inshallah. I would have eaten on camera, but I just want to tuck in, and I can tell you already, because I've made it before, that it tastes brilliant, mashallah. Quite modest. It just tastes perfectly nice. And it's just like what you'd get at the takeaways, and you save yourselves a lot of money. I told you I'm going to tell you what time I finish, 10:13, so that's just less than an hour, and that's because I'm filming as well. It takes a bit longer, and I'm making it for 4, so it takes that bit longer. If it's just for 1 person or 2, life is a lot quicker, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting and useful. Jazakallah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you'd love to support me, which I know you would. You know you want to. Inshallah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Salam. Bye.